Thank you, Captain Saab, for taking time out for us. Now, what is happening currently in Punjab is the perfect storm, rather, which is brewing against the Akali Dal. If you kind of flash back to 2015, 3 incidents happened. Several instances of desecration of the Guru Granth Sahib Ji happened. After that, there is a pardon that is granted to the Dera chief Gurmeet Ram Rahim. The pardon is then withdrawn, and then there are protesters who are sitting on dharnas at Kot Kapura and Behbal Kalan. The police, in a process of trying to kind of get them to move out from Behbal Kalan, opens fire. 2 people lose their lives. Now, here is a perfect storm for the Akali Dal. First, there are the desecrations. Second, there is the pardon that is given to Gurmeet Ram Rahim. Third, the protesters against the desecrations are shot and killed. This becomes a difficult situation. For you, it turns into a perfect opportunity, I would say, for the Congress in terms of the situation as it presents itself. Am I right in my understanding of how it went against the Akali Dal and why the Ranjit Singh Commission was established and how this whole matter has been investigated?
No, Ranjit Singh Commission was established purely to get to the bottom of the facts, with what was the reality of the situation. Because the Zora Singh Commission, which was set up, we had said in the beginning, this is a commission that we don't have any faith in, and we will examine it when the time comes. Now, this was said before the elections, and so when the elections took place and we formed a government, we put up the Ranjit Singh Commission. Now, Justice Ranjit Singh is one of our most outstanding judges, who was a judge at that time, now an ex-judge, and so we asked him whether he would like to take this on and go into it, and he accepted that. And he spent months on this report, and he went around the whole of Punjab. He went around all the villages where incidents took place. I've seen from his report, and it's a 600 and something page report, and he's really gone into it hammer and tongs.
Hundreds of people interviewed, and as you say, a very eminent person, but that's something that the Akali Dal is not buying into. They say that he is a front for the Congress,
well,
that he is somebody that the Congress
they are going to say it.
He's in a way tutored. He's saying exactly what the Congress wants him to say. That is their
How can you say that? You mean to say judges say what the clients want them to say? Your lawyers may say what you want them to say, not the judges.
In fact, you had very strong language used by Sukhbir Badal when he said that the credentials of the judge need to be verified, his degrees need to be checked. So such was the attempt at trying to discredit the judge who was
well, they are going to do that. Obviously, it's in their interest to try to sort of do him down. But we know him, and I think the whole of the judiciary in Punjab knows him as to be an outstanding judge, and I think everyone will accept his report. So whether Mr. Sukhbir Badal or the Akalis or anybody accepts it, that's a different issue. Punjab as a whole will accept it.
Now, if you look at the Ranjit Singh Commission report, its essential conclusion at the end of it all, if one really asks, well, here is the Commission report, what is the final conclusion? The final conclusion appears to be that the former Chief Minister, Prakash Singh Badal, at 2 a.m. in the night, had a conversation with the then DGP Sumed Singh Saini, after which there seemed to be some sort of an indication that a tough stance needs to be taken against those who are protesting. Following which the police takes their tough stance, first in Kot Kapura, and then emboldened by the action that happens in Kot Kapura, they start an action in Behbal Kalan, where unfortunately there is a clash, the police opens fire and 2 people get killed. Now here is the connection that is being made, that the call made by...
How many are injured?
Yes.
People have their thumbs blown off, their hands blown off. People have been shot in such a way that the ballistic experts say that it's shooting downwards. So they were probably sitting, lots of them, who got hit by bullets. So these
so
are
you
sort
saying
of
that
that's the report that has to come.
That the police really went berserk there in terms of...
I think they went berserk. You know, there is a system when you have open fire on a crowd, whether it's aid to civil power from the army or whether it's the police themselves. You have to have a magistrate present, and you have to have sort of let's say a section strength, which is about 10-12 men, under the command of an officer, and that officer is in charge of those 12 men. And the magistrate decides when a firing is required, and he tells the officer that that man is the ringleader, you can shoot him. And then the officer tells that one Jawan, to load 1 round and shoot that man. Here, they just came out of the cars and they just opened fire. Carbines, semi-automatics, pistols, the works. It was just a free-for-all. I mean, there was no system in it, and there was no magistrate present in any case.
And do you see some sort of instructions to be behind all of this, that the police was taking such sort of an action?
Well, let me tell you this, that can any policeman do this sort of a job without the command being given by his boss, which means the DGP? And can the DGP take such a decision without clearing it with the Chief Minister?
In fact, we spoke
I am
with
a
some
Chief
of the
Minister. If tomorrow my DGP wants to take action, he will talk to me. He's not just going to order some IG or DIG to start firing. I mean, this is a complete, everyone went berserk in that.
Punjab's politics is on the boil now in terms of this whole allegation and then the counter allegations. Prakash Singh Badal says that yes, I spoke with the DGP, but it was only to get an idea of what the situation was there at that point in time. It was nowhere mentioned
when did he say
that
this?
I want to take a tough stance.
When did he say
on
this?
That the police needs to open fire.
When did Prakash Singh Badal say this?
At 2 a.m.
After the DGP, in a written statement to the Ranjit Singh Commission, mentioned that he met the Chief Minister. Till then, it was nothing. The Chief Minister wasn't on the scene. Till then, it was Mantar Singh Barar, the MLA, and one of his OSTs, Mr. Gagandeep Singh or somebody, who were going around carrying messages to the Chief Minister and then to the DGP and Chief Minister and DGP. That was what was said, that the Chief Minister was out of it. It was only messages being passed. And a very conciliatory sort of a message from the Chief Minister, please listen to what the district administration says and go according to the district administration. It's now, when the day the DGP was retiring on the 30th of last month, when he gave his report to the Ranjit Singh Commission, which has appeared as a supplementary to the main report. And in that, where he says that I had a conversation with the Chief Minister, that is when Mr. Prakash Singh Badal has now started admitting that yes, I did speak to the DGP. So he's trying to cover it up earlier. Now these are things that Mr. Badal, I am a master of Badal's tactics. I know him jolly well. For 12 years we have worked together. Before that we have been opponents. And I know exactly how he functions.
Well, would you say that this is one of former CM Prakash Singh Badal's tactics, that he's now saying that there were two separate incidents? One was, of course, Kotkapura and one was Behbal Kalan. He says that when he was speaking with the police officials, it was only specifically focusing on Kotkapura. Okay. At that point in time, I did not even know what is going to happen in Behbal Kalan. Neither did the police know what is going to happen in Behbal Kalan. So today, if you want to connect this communication that I had with the police over Kotkapura with an incident that happens later in Behbal Kalan, and to somehow implicate that I was involved in it, he says that this is a false connection that is being made.
There has been an incident in Kotkapura. He said that he talked to the DGP, he's agreed. That's what he says, he's done it. Subsequently, according to the Ranjit Singh Committee report, there were 22 conversations from the DGP sitting in Chandigarh and the IG who was on the ground, which was Mr. Umranangal. 22 conversations adding up to many minutes. Now, you tell me something. If the DGP has to again open fire at Behbal Kalan, will he not inform his Chief Minister? That's the thing to ask. Forget about what happened in Kotkapura. It happened earlier, so he's trying to confuse everybody by putting Kotkapura in the limelight. The fact is, it happened in Kotkapura. Kotkapura, I talked to the boy who was hit. He got hit, the bullet passed through both his legs, and he never saw anyone firing. So it was a random shot fired by somebody.
There is also,
but here in Behbal Kalan, it was a deliberate firing by a group of policemen who just went berserk and just opened fire with automatics, semi-automatics, police by pistols, and God knows how many bullets were fired.
So what was the worry? Why was the Akali Dal so bent upon getting these protests cleared rapidly? Were they worried that there would be a domino effect, that there would be more
because
Mr.
Saini, who was the DGP, is supposed to have told the Chief Minister,
give me 10 minutes.
10 minutes, I'll clear the whole thing. So 10 minutes, shoot as many people as you feel like.
One of the statements that is made against the Congress rather at this point in time is that desecrations took place, there were Dera supporters behind it. Pardon was granted to the Dera chief, it was later on withdrawn. Third incident that happens is the police firing, which leads to 2 people getting killed. Now, so far as the desecrations are concerned, the Akali Dal doesn't get implicated. So far as the pardon is concerned and withdrawing it, it's not a legal issue. The legal issue here is the order given by the Chief Minister, if it was given, in terms of taking a stern action. And that is what is being said, that because this is the only thing that you can latch on to, that's why the Ranjit Singh Commission is latching on to this particular issue. Is that so?
Look, our object was to find out what the desecration was, mainly who was behind it and who was doing this. The report has given over 200 incidents of desecration. The Gutka Sahib was the most, the Guru Granth Sahib was next, the Gita was the third, and the Quran Sharif was the fourth, and the Bible was the fifth. Bible, there was only one incident. But these are all incidents which are taking place. Now, I have been through a very difficult time in Punjab, as has Badal, as are so many others, but us who too in politics, I don't think there's anyone else in the house who's been in politics during those difficult days. How did it all start? It started by ears and tails of cows being thrown into mandirs and cigarette packets being thrown into the sarovars of the Gurdwara Sahib, and clashes started taking place all over. First started with Patiala, and then it went to other places, and that led to this horrific situation. Now here it was necessary that here it seems again to me that it was effort on the part of some people to start communal sort of conflagration. And I think
those people, now that intelligence reports
now
have
my
investigated the matter.
information is, which we still have to verify some things, but it is definitely from across the border. It is these
It is from across the border. So what was happening?
Who else would be interested in bringing communal flare-up in a border state? It was only the...
So what was happening in Bargadi, what was happening in those areas where the Dera followers were implicated?
No, not that I'm talking about.
Yes.
I'm
So
talking
eventually we
about,
come down to this.
the desecration attempts, not the firing. Firing is, of course, as a
No,
consequence.
I'm also talking about the desecration attempts which take place in this area, and at that point in time, it
Not
was the
in
Dera
this
followers.
area,
who were
all
fought.
over Punjab.
Yes, but the Dera followers are implicated in the incidents that happen near
some-
Bargadi
in some cases, in some cases.
After which the protests start off. So was that also linked across the border, or was that separate?
Look, ISI is capable of using anybody. They've used people in Trafalgar Square. They brought them from all over the world. They were all the Italian flags and the German flags and all flying. Who's paid for them? ISI. There's some lieutenant colonel there.
So there is a probability that these Dera supporters were also triggered by the ISI? The Dera supporters who caused the desecration, they were also triggered by that?
Well, I cannot comment on that till the facts come out. You don't want me to give wrong information. But they use all sorts of people. And it is possible they may use them. They may use... They're using Sikhs. Do you think any Sikh wants to tear his Gutka Sahib and the Guru Granth Sahib? But Sikhs have been caught in this, doing this. Who told them to do this? Somebody's behind it.
Now, after these incidents happen, there is a special investigation team that is constituted. It is headed by DIG R.S. Khatra. He starts the investigation. It takes a year and a half. The government changes. It's your government that is in power. Another year and a half pass by. That is another thing that the former Chief Minister Prakash Singh Badal says, that, well, we were also investigating. We would have also got to the bottom of the whole matter. It's just that time happened to be on the side of the Congress. If we had been in power, we would have also got to the bottom of it.
Look, that's one side.
Did you feel at any point in time that the Khatra Commission, that was the special investigation team, was going slow during the regime of the Badals, and later on you accelerated it?
We never stopped.
Or did time only go on your
Come
side?
on, this is not a question. The fact of the matter is, Khatra is doing his investigation. It takes time. You expect, like Mr. Pulka is saying, I'm giving you 15 days to give me the SIT to give. It's all utter bull and rubbish. You can't do a report in 15 days and close such a major chapter. Here, Mr. Khatra was doing his investigation, and it carried on in our time. So, what is the big deal in that? That takes time. Even Mr. Justice Ranjit Singh has taken a long time. Even Justice Zora Singh had taken a long time. These investigations take a long time. My only question to him was, let's forget about Justice Ranjit Singh on one side. Zora Singh was his appointee. Why didn't he accept his findings? Yes. He should have accepted his findings.
Following the Ranjit Singh Commission submitting its report, you transferred the case to the CBI, saying that the CBI would be investigating the matter. CBI was investigating a separate matter of the desecrations earlier. Now you have asked for that matter to be taken back from the CBI and for a special investigation team once again to be probing this entire matter. Why do you want to take it back?
I haven't done it. It was the request of, it was the unanimous decision of the Punjab Assembly, in which the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress Party were unanimous, 100% for it to come back.
Why? Why do they want it to come back?
I don't know. That the feeling is probably that, the CBI, the Akali Dal is allied with the union government, and there may be some influence on the CBI.
The Akali Dal, on the other hand, says that the Congress wants to keep the pot boiling, and since they can control the special investigation team, they want to take the matter back to the SIT and then keep it simmering till the Lok Sabha elections, and also to get whatever mileage they can to somehow make their way towards the SGPC. Ultimately, now the prize seems to be the SGPC, and that is what is bothering the Akali Dal.
You know, who decides on the SGPC? It's the Parliamentary Act. It's decided by the union government. It's been long overdue, and it's going to remain overdue as long as the Akalis can't get their claws into it. And that's what they're going to do. They are not going to allow the union government to announce a date till they are back in. They hope they'll be back in power, and that's till an opportunity arises for them to win. So where does the Congress come into the picture? Where does our government come in at all? We can't decide on when the SGPC election is going to be.
Congress, a secular party, seems to be taking panthic steps in Punjab. Something that, in terms of the Ranjit Singh Commission report, saying that
come
we
on,
will
the
solve
only
this
thing
entire
which
matter.
you are talking about, the panthic thing, is this Bargadi dharna is being has people like Daduwal and all the who are known to be panthic individuals. And do you mean to say it is not my job as a chief minister to try and defuse the situation? So I did appoint a minister to go and talk to these chaps to try and see how we can overcome this position, and we have done it. They wanted some compensation to be paid to those people, more compensation than even Ranjit Singh Commission has suggested. And then they wanted action to be taken as per the Ranjit Singh Commission report. So we accepted the Ranjit Singh Commission in full, and we said we will take it up. Now Ranjit Singh Commission has not said, he said he's a fact-finding mission. He said this further investigation is necessary, therefore you have to carry on further. That is why an SIT has been formed to carry on an investigation which Ranjit Singh has asked for. And that is the SIT which we are going to form, which will be from a police officer, because nobody else other than a police officer can investigate.
But if you look at the assembly session, you had Navjot Singh Sidhu stand up there and tell Sukhi Randhawa that Sukhi Randhawa, you fight the SGPC elections, we are behind you, go ahead. So which was almost as if he was declaring that yes, we are going to be fighting the SGPC elections and we are going to be supporting you. What do you make of that?
You know, these are things you say just out of fun or out of, let's say, heat of the moment.
The Akali Dal is taking it very, very seriously.
Well, I'm
glad
Congress is trying
to kind of snatch the SGPC's
I'm glad we
away
put
from
the wind up them. That's a good thing to have happened. But the fact of the matter is, it's not in our hands. I'm trying to tell you that the Punjab government can't tomorrow order an election into the SGPC. It is a parliamentary act. It has to be done by the government of India. And when they announce it, then only an SGPC election will be held, and they will not announce it as long as Badal till Mr. Badal says so.
Mr. Badal says that the Congress has always been after the Akalis. It has always been trying to kind of push the Akalis.
Well, I don't know about, we've never tried to push the corners, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm hammer and tongs going to fix that Badal, because he's fixed Punjab, let me tell you. And I will not fix him in any other way, but the reality of this report must come out. That how this man plays games to suit himself at the expense of the people of Punjab and at the expense of my state.
But will this report be taken to its logical conclusion ultimately?
It will. This report is now going to go to the SIT, and the SIT will now, according to whatever the information is there, whatever they are supposed to do, they will probably have to verify it and do further investigation and come out with the report, and then it will go to the courts.
There's very strong language that you used against the former Chief Minister Prakash Singh Badal, yes, calling him a buzdil. And
he is a buzdil. He's a coward, and I've said so many times. Now I'll ask you a question, Mr. Prakash Singh. When the army surrounded the Golden Temple, I was very much in politics then. I had resigned from from Parliament on Blue Star, but I was very much in the political field. Now what happened then? Sant Longowal called, when the army surrounded the temple, he called both Tora and he called Badal, and he said, please reach. Now, there are many books which have been written now. By now, so many years have passed, lots of literatures out in the open. And Tora reached, and Badal disappeared to his farm in UP. And from UP went to his farm in Haryana or Rajasthan or wherever he's got one. And from there, once things had cooled down a bit, then he came and showed his face and became a great martyr here in Punjab. This is the way this man functions.
The former CM, in fact,
I want to ask him another question. He said yesterday in that interview that मैं Akal Takht, I'm willing to go to the Akal Takht and swear. But he's sworn there before. What about the time when he, Tora and Sant Longowal stood there and said कि जिस दिन फौज आओगी जी साढ़े छातियां दे ऊपर गुजरेगी. Where is Mr. Badal? How many times has he sworn there in the Akal Takht? I think they are goddamn cowards.
Mr. Badal has used very strong language against you as well. He says that you are morally degenerate, you are corrupt, you are morally corrupted. That is what he says, and he says that I have had to specifically use these words against Capt Amarinder Singh because he has been using derogatory words against me. No, I mean, a former chief minister, a current chief minister.
I called him, and I'm telling you again, it's not. He is, as I said, a coward, and that is all I've said about him. He's always taken decisions to suit himself at the expense of the state. How many times has he become Chief Minister, and how has he become Chief Minister? Every time some agitation he would launch, and there would be police lathi charges, and people would be shot or killed or something and put in the prison. He'd be taken off to some rest house, and after a few months come out, and there'd be an election, and he'd become a Chief Minister again. That he's always used Punjab and the people of Punjab to promote himself.
My second last question to you is, in fact, the former CM also says that you have an axe to grind against him, because when you were in the Akali Dal, you wanted a ticket from Rampura Full, which he denied to you, saying that I cannot give it to you. Thereafter, you wanted one from Bhatinda, and Bhatinda already went to somebody else. He did not give you the Bhatinda ticket, and he says ever since then you have been after him. It's never worked out between the two of you. Is it so? Is that weighing on your mind?
That's correct. That he didn't want to give me a ticket. That's fine. He was the president of the party. He didn't want to give me a ticket. But hasn't it helped me? I'm asking you. Hasn't it helped me? I've been Chief Minister twice of Punjab. I've headed my party in the Congress for 12 years or 14 years. So what should I say? Thank you, Mr. Badal.
What if, my last question, on behalf of the people of Punjab, I ask you, you are the head of the Congress in the state, the Aam Aadmi Party and the Shiromani Akali Dal BJP combined. What are you all doing? What about Punjab? You are caught up in this whole desecration issue. You are caught up in this whole kind of
it's not caught up in any desecration issue.
What about drug addiction?
What about farmers committing suicide? I'm trying to tell you something, is that this has got larger forces behind it. And those are the larger forces. I will not allow them to disturb Punjab again.
So currently, this is the biggest issue in Punjab that you really want to solve.
Yes.
Before you kind of focus your attention on others.
I mean, that desecration, that level it had reached is no longer there. Now it's occasionally you hear about, I think yesterday or day first you heard of something, and they caught the Granthi. It was the Granthi and his wife who burned something. So that is the way things have improved. But certainly I will not allow Punjab to go the way it has been before. We are suffering today from what happened in Punjab for 30 years. 35,000 Punjabis died. Blood was spilled in the streets. What for? For the politics or a promotion of Mr. Prakash Singh Badal. Right from the time of the Narankari issue in Amritsar till the time the Chief Minister of ours was assassinated, Mr. Behbal Singh, these were the guys who were going around disturbing the peace of the state. Nobody asked that, or nobody asked Mr. Badal this. Instead of getting into the nitty-gritties of little things. Who is responsible for all that? If he had the courage, moral courage to stand up and tell the people that you are doing the wrong thing, you boys. He used to say, "Chalo ladko, lago aage, main hum piche hain tumhare." What is this nonsense? He will go down when history is written objectively. He will go down as the man who's destroyed Punjab, this fellow. And I will not let him get out of this. If he is caught in this, he will face the music. Well, I am not bothered about anything else. I am bothered about peace. Being in Punjab, I have major problems. I have youngsters I have to have jobs for. I've got to get industry, and industry will not come till peace comes to Punjab. And I've got to get everything in the state moving. And if anybody thinks that they can utilize these things to play politics again, I will not allow that to happen. And I can tell you that this SIT will do its job, and I hope they come out with whatever the truth is, so that the people who are responsible for this are dealt with according to the law of the country.
Thank you, Capt Amarinder Singh, for speaking with News 18.
Thanks.